Hello.
Hi, Elle. How are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
Doing fantastic. I am really looking forward to hearing your new album, which is due out on Friday. Shake the Spirit. In this time between having finished the record and waiting for it to be released, are you nervous or excited?
I think I would be lying if I didn't say it was a little bit of both, but I'm more on the end of excitement. We worked really, really hard on it, and it's something that I really believe in, and it's really close to my heart. And my band, the Brethren, they're also, their heart and soul is also all over this, and I think it has a really good, powerful message. I'm excited to put it out into the world, and if people don't like it, well, that's okay.
Well, you had a lot of success with your first album, and that sort of sophomore slump or a curse of the second album seems to exist in this world. Did you think about that at all?
I heard the term while making the album, but I never really felt it. But, I was in my own little bubble of, whatever I was going through. And I didn't think of it as like, well, I got a top X's and O's, and oh boy, I got to make songs for radio. I was just making music to help me get through a situation that I was going through, and it happened to end up being a collection of songs, and we picked the best ones. And it is my album. So I don't think I really felt too much of the pressure, and I definitely didn't let any pressure come in outwardly. It was only pressure I put upon myself to be the best representation of the musician and the songwriter I am now, and to make music that I really believe in.
You went down to Denton, Texas to record it. Did that have anything to do with it, just to get away from everyone else?
Oh, totally. I mean, we were staying, basically on the back land, and, there was nobody. And all the times that we went there to record, I only left the house one time, and we went and played darts, and I was like, I want to go back to the house in the studio. So, yeah, there was a beautiful thing about kind of taking yourself out of the world for a while and just focusing on creativity, and it was beautiful, and I'm just grateful that we found this incredible little studio called Echo Lab, and an amazing engineer and co-producer, Matt Pence. He just is, it was a blessing, and I'm just eternally grateful for the experience that I had.
Well, the obvious follow-up question is, are you good at darts?
Oh, yeah, I'm good at everything. Yeah.
Okay, all right. I'm only good after I've had, a few beers. If I'm sober, I can't hit anything. I don't know why that is. You mentioned something about the energy in the studio that you guys worked at. Was it, what'd you mean by that? Was it like haunted or something?
I don't know if it was haunted, but it's hard to explain, I guess. We had a lot of metaphysical and spiritual experiences that really can't be explained, and I think that I was just on another level, and my antenna was so open. I don't know, man. If you take so much acid for 7 months, ghosts come to you, dude.
A lot of stuff comes to you when you do that, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
It sounds like you got a real chance to bond with the band while you were working on this album. I'm sure you're grateful for that.
Oh, my gosh, yeah. I mean, I joke a little bit, and I say it was kind of traumatic for them because I was like, a tornado just blowing in. And I don't know, they really, really showed themselves to be not just good people, but really good friends that really cared about me. I was really broken, and I was not in a good space, and I guess I recently found out that they said that they knew that the happiest I was when I was playing music, and so they always just tried to get me to play music because that was the Elle that they knew and they loved, and I'm just, I could cry just thinking about it, but I love them so much, and we are a family unit, and I wanted them to be a part of this whole process, and I'm blessed with success from X's and O's, and I wanted them to have this success, and I wanted them to be invested in it. And so, I got what I wanted from that idea. We are all very close-knit, and we are a family, and they are just as driven and excited about this project as I am. And it's not just a record. We made something great that we will always have for the rest of our lives, and it really is starting a whole new chapter for all of us, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, I know you were going through a hard time when you were working on the album, and that's reflected in a lot of the music. Is it hard for you now to listen to those songs? Does it take you back to that time, or do you just feel better now that you've got it out of you?
I think a little bit of both. Again, it's definitely, the sting is not as apparent. I remember things, but I recorded most of the really heartbreaking stuff last year. I think I'm a big believer in time heals most wounds. And so I'm in a different state of mind, and I'm in a different place in my life, and I'm really, really happy. And so it's kind of a choice, you know? And I choose to enjoy the songs. I'm proud of them. I can understand and respect the person that I was when I made them, and I can also celebrate the fact that I'm not in that space anymore, and I can just share a song that I created through that time in my life. And it's definitely a lot easier now. When I first, there were some songs on the record that we recorded, like a song called Good Thing Gone, that was really sad, that I could only sing one time. And every time I would play it on stage for months after, I would break down and I would kind of cry and have to choke back tears and stuff. But now I just enjoy it. I think it's a great song, and I'm not really that person anymore. So
yeah.
Yeah,
I had actually written that title down. I was going to ask you about that song because that song's a real gut punch. It's a really emotional song. You have a variety of sounds. Everything sounds like Elle King, but there's a little bit of a variety in the sounds. Who were sort of like your influences? Where does that come from?
Well, I've got a pretty broad range of influences. You know, I listen to a lot of old school rock and roll, and I love old soul. And so I love, you know, if you think about old soul and R&B, I like really emotional singers like Otis Redding, Aretha Franklin, and those big voices that you know and love. And then, you know, you go into like rock and roll, and I think about, you know, the Beatles and the Rolling Stones, and I think about all kinds of stuff. And then I got really into like 90s kind of grunge stuff. Like Kim Deal is like a huge hero for me, and she really inspired me to want to play the bass. And so, you know, I think we cover a lot of my influences, and I'm not trying to copy anybody, but, you know, I think someone would be lying if they didn't nod to who influenced them. And so, yeah, I'm greatly influenced by old school rock and roll and old school R&B and 90s grunge.
Yeah. Are you enjoying playing the bass now that you know how?
Oh, my gosh, yeah. It's like the greatest joy ever. I wouldn't say that I'm the best bassist, but I played bass all over my record, and I'm pretty proud of that.
Yeah, you also play, guitar and banjo, right?
Yes, I do, yeah.
So if it has strings, you can play it.
If it has strings, I can figure my way around it.
Okay.
And the next instrument, I would love to learn the sitar.
Oh, that's a cool instrument, yeah.
That's hard to play, but that's like a dream of mine to learn.
Yeah, that would be cool. Well, you collect pianos, I read or heard somewhere. Is that true?
Yes, I've got I've got 4 pianos, yeah.
You have 4 pianos?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, you can't... all right.
I know. I hardly play it, but it's just great. I don't know. When you're making a record, you just want to surround yourself with instruments. And I just kind of, you know, I was already a little bit cuckoo, and I just was like, how many pianos can I get here in a day? And how many different ones? And they were all just tools to make the record. And I wrote a lot of songs on each one of them. It's pretty cool.
I guess it's kind of, there's something about that. When you walk into a room and there's a piano in it, it gives it a certain feel.
Yeah, totally. So when you walk into my house, there's 2 big pianos when you walk in and like 30 guitars.
Nice.
Yeah. People are like, what do you do? I'm like, I don't know.
All right. Well, we're looking forward to hearing the rest of the album. I can't wait for Friday. Shake the Spirit will be out then. So what's next for you? I guess, are you going to hit the road soon?
Yes, yeah. I'm hitting the road.
All right. Well, good luck with all of that, and hopefully we'll see you here in Indianapolis soon.
You definitely will. Thanks, Rob.
Great. Thanks, Elle.